Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 3 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday morning. Have you ever brought something to a pawn shop and just blown away at how quickly the guy behind the counter tells you how much your thing is worth?
Oh, yeah, I have.
I just played Jerry's Pawn and Gun.
He's great.
He did
Jerry.
that forever. You go in there and you have a guitar and he'll say, oh, I can give you $100 for that. How do you know? I don't know. Then he looks it up in a book, and it's sure enough, he's dead on.
Yeah.
I don't know how these guys do this. Rick Harrison does this also, and Rick is on the phone. Rick is with Pawn Stars, the television series, so you know him already. He is also, I don't know if you know this, he's an avid reader. He's a lover of classic rock music, really.
Yeah.
Is he sad that Elton John is retiring?
We all should ask him.
And he's the owner of GS Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, and he's got a book he wrote called License to Pawn. Let's talk to him right now. It's an honor to have him on the show. Rick Harrison, what an honor. Good morning, sir.
Oh, thanks for having me.
You know, Robin and I found what we thought was a diamond ring on the railroad tracks, and we brought it to the pawn shop, and it didn't even get out of my pocket. And the guy said, nope, that's not one. That's not real.
Yeah.
I'm amazed how you guys can do that stuff. I mean, to us, we thought it was
It's
real.
what we do for a living. Yeah.
Wow. So do you ever have somebody try to pull one over on you?
Oh, all the time.
Wow.
It's happened a million times. I've seen every scam possible. So
Wow.
it's the world we live in.
So what happens when somebody genuinely thinks what they have is real? Maybe they were fooled, and then they're ready to part with it, or they're ready to borrow on it, and they bring.
I've been screamed at so many times by women who got their grandma's diamond ring, and they were always told it was like a perfect diamond. I'm going like, no, Grandpa was cheap. This thing's terrible.
Oh my gosh! Really?
I sympathize with you and the person that has received the diamond ring.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So you have some upcoming projects. It says in my notes here. What are you doing now?
Oh, God, a little bit of everything. I have a coin manufacturing company, so I'm making started making Elvis coins. I got a bar, I got a restaurant,
Oh my
I have
gosh.
a shopping center, I have a production company, I have a pawn shop. Oh, I got a TV show.
Let me ask you about that. Okay, so the TV show happened. Did that change your life? I mean, how did that happen? How did the Pawn Stars show start?
For lack of a better term, I've always been like a media whore.
I love that term.
And-
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Pawn Stars. I love that name
yeah,
too.
so-
Yeah.
So every time I got national press, I mean, it was always good for business. So I figured, hey, I got to get one of these reality shows. And for 4 years, I pitched a show about the pawn shop, and everyone kept on telling me no one wants to watch a show about 4 fat guys at a pawn shop. And I finally got it in front of the right people, and before you know it, I'm on television in 150 countries and 38 languages.
Do you know what I want to hear? I want to hear the story of when the name was decided upon. You must have been sitting around with your friends and said, you should call it Pawn Star. That's a great name. I mean, what were you all giggling? What happened at that moment?
No, I mean, the funny thing was the name came up with by an intern at Left Field Pictures, and I think he got fired a week later. I mean, so that's the guy's one claim to fame in life.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, intern came up with the name.
And did you like it when you first heard it?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. And the network was going, no. And then literally a week or two before we aired, they said, you know what, we're going with Pawn Stars. And then it was the highest rated premiere ever on History Channel. And I truly believe it's because people were going through their cable guide and thought it said something besides Pawn Stars.
Well, yeah, here's my thinking on this. Here's my thinking on this. If you live in the Northeast, New York, Boston, I mean, the word porn and pawn are the exact same word. Right? But if you're in Alabama, it's a big difference. Porn and pawn.
Yes.
Yes. This was 4 years ago. We did some promo commercials in England, and over there, pawn and porn sound almost identical too. And so we just put a bunch of old couples on park benches and say, "So we're going to watch some porn tonight." We love.
That's too funny.
I really enjoy that. That your show is centered around your family, because families are so intriguing, especially when they're in the limelight. I mean, you all have your own personalities. You can kind of feel tension sometimes, but you also feel the love that's generated.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with my dad since I've been 12 years old. And like I tell people all the time, the greatest thing about my business is working with my family, and the worst thing about my business is working with my family. I've had a pretty, I mean, I'm a really, really lucky guy. I mean, most people, once they graduate high school and move out, I mean, you literally might see your dad once a week, and if you live out of town, maybe every few months. And then, but I've worked with my dad 5-6 days a week for the past 40 years.
Are there any secrets to doing a reality show? And can you look at a reality show and know whether it's scripted or not? Sometimes I wonder.
Yep. Well, that's one of the things with being a TV for so long now. It's like next to impossible to watch TV, because you just go. I start watching television, but I just go like, how'd they get that camera shot? How'd they get that angle?
Yeah.
I watch a little bit of reality show. I'm going like, that's scripted, or that's Frank-invited, or just.
But did you have any rules so that wouldn't happen on your show? How did you manage to do it and be be natural?
From day one, I told him I am not Jersey Shore or anything else like that. I'm not going to sit around and argue with my family. I'm not going to do. We might joke around a little, do some little family bits and stuff like that, but it's not going to be stupid. I'm not going to do anything that would. I'd be ashamed for my mother to watch.
Yeah, that's a good way.
And you yourself, Rick, are inadvertently being a mentor to the young people. I mean, there are a variety of ages that watch your show, and because you're such an avid reader, I really think that you're influencing the up-and-coming generations to actually read more.
Yeah, I am, and I'm like right now I'm trying to start working with a lot of organizations and a lot of charter schools, and I want to start doing. Kids learn better when it's fun and they giggle a little bit. So I'm trying to work in deals where I start doing a lot of educational videos. Where if you can teach, it's like Pawn Stars. People love to learn history. They just don't want to hear it from a professor. They want to hear it from their uncle. And if you can make it. If you can talk about history and make it interesting and a little bit funny, people will get fascinated by it. But if it's just this monotone, they don't like it. I mean, that's why people watch Pawn Stars to this day. I mean, there's only 4 shows on primetime television shows that lasted as long as I have. There's over 500 episodes. There's me, Simpsons, Gunsmoke, and Lassie.
Well, you're in good company.
Wow!
Let me tell you.
Wow,
it's
that's
the
a good
day
thing.
of the dog today too.
Yeah, I've got 511 episodes in. No, but people like to like history. I mean, people like to learn. Make it fun. Make it not work. Make it fun.
Do you have other people doing reality shows who come to you and say, "Hey, what do I need to do?" And you just say, "Well, just watch our show, and that's what you should do." Or do you actually have some tips for them, like tricks?
Well, no, there's no real. I mean, with my show, there's been, I don't know, probably 50 shows that have tried to copy me. The problem is, they end up finding talent who is either like so monotone on TV, or these people are reading the script and they're not really passionate about what they're doing, and they really don't know what they're talking about. I've seen so many. Right after my show, there were so many like pawn shop shows and stuff like that. I'd watch some of these and go like, everything this person's saying is wrong.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh.
You really have some interesting peripheral characters that you have on your show, and you actually let people know that, you call them from time to time to get their expertise that you genuinely value if you're not really sure how to appraise something.
Well, I mean, like I always I've told my kids, I tell young people all the time, never be the smartest guy in the room. Always learn. I mean, and understand. I mean, like the day you think you know everything is the day you stop learning. So, I mean, I really admit when I do not know something.
Wow, that is amazing. You're so genuine. I love this.
You learn. I mean, people get in a rut where they don't want to learn, or people get arrogant. They, well, I know that. No, you don't. I mean, I used to. I literally will throttle and scream at my children when they sit there going, "Yeah, I know," when they don't know.
I wonder if your audience. I wonder if your audience has been made up of people who. I'm sure there's most of them are just wanting to be entertained. But I wonder how many of them are watching to be educated, not just about history, but about the art of the deal. Not to use I think that was a Donald Trump title.
Yeah.
That's another. There's a few reasons my show is successful. It's literally completely different every week. You have a show about motorcycles or cars. There's only so many things you can do with a motorcycle and so many things you can do to a car. Literally, I have an endless supply of different stuff every week. And I hear from people love to watch it because they can watch it. But it's one of the few shows left on television you can actually sit down with your children and watch it and not have to cover their eyes or tell them,
Is that conscious decision? That's a conscious decision, right?
Oh, yeah, complete conscious decision.
Yeah.
I will not do, like I said, I will never make a episode where I'd be embarrassed for my mother to watch it.
Are you writing any more books? Because I know you had said that you have a production company in the works. Is that an umbrella for a book publishing company?
No, we do video. I have a publishing company, but we publish art too. When I come home from work after 12 hours and I'm all tired, my wife tells me it's self-inflicted. I plan on, I'm hoping maybe this summer I can start working on a project. My last book was a New York Times bestseller, but that was 8 years ago. I just really busy. It's finding the time to sit down for a couple months and actually put pen to paper. But I plan on doing it again, and I would love to really do something about the insanity of politics we have anymore.
Rick, I appreciate you coming on. I want to ask you a question. Anthony Bourdain was basically a travel guy who was a cook. And so he got, he's mostly a cook, I guess, but he got a job on the Travel Channel. So he had to kind of he had to cater to the travel idea. Is the history idea part of your show because of the channel?
No, because I really am being in the television business, I should watch a lot more television. I rarely watch television show my entire life. I was a really, really sick kid. I had epilepsy, and that's why I was. That's why I'm with the board of directors of the Epilepsy Foundation.
Really?
When I was a kid, we didn't have no money. I mean, my dad was in Vietnam, and my mom tried to make money on the side. So, if I was, there was times where I couldn't walk for a couple weeks.
Wow.
And I would just lay in bed and read books, and I fell in love with books at 8 years old. And I would literally at night, I remember when I was like 10 years old, telling my brother, you should read more books, dude. They're so much better than television, and him just punching me.
Oh my gosh! Do your mom and dad and forgive me if I'm asking a question not aligned, but do they watch the show now, or are they? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad, he's basically retired. He mostly takes care of my mom at home, and after seeing my dad every day for his 40-some years, it's just sort of I got to go see him every day. So I swing by his house every day after work or before I go to work.
So we can get an Elvis Presley coin, right?
That's cool.
Yeah.
There are some episodes, though, that you put your talent and your dreams on the line, and that really does inspire people to move forward with their dreams. I mean, there was that one time that you went to, sing one of the classic rock songs and get it recorded. I thought that was pretty amazing.
Oh, that was a real bucket list thing when I got to actually film with Roger Daltrey and sing with him on stage. Mm-hmm. I had never that was the only time I've ever been starstruck. I've been a million stars. It was the only this is Roger Daltrey and I'm going to sing with him.
Oh my gosh. What did you sing?
I was so nervous.
What was the song?
Oh, it was on my show. I mean,
Robin
Roger Daltrey's a fan, and he wanted to know if I wanted to sing with him. So.
Oh, wow. What song did you sing?
My Generation.
Oh, really? Talking about my generation. That's too funny. Well, Rick, it's an honor to have you on our show. Let's see. Do we have a website for you? Just gspawn.com?
It's gspawn.com. Go on there. I got all my Instagram posts on there. Chum gets on there. I sell all sorts of weird stuff that's on the show. It's a cool little website. Check it out.
And is that where we get the coin too?
Oh, yes, you can get the coins there, too. Yeah.
Nice. I got to get one for my mom. She loves Elvis.
I know the gentleman who booked you actually is one of the owners of the radio station here, and so I know he appreciates the fact that you came on, and he was one who did all the legwork to get you on here. So thank you for coming on. It's an honor. Oh, I went to your website. Look at all this stuff. Boy, Mickey Mouse is big, huh?
Yeah. People love that Disney. I mean, like I said, it's the happiest place on earth.
Is there a bobblehead doll of you? Do you have a bobblehead doll of yourself?
Oh, yeah, I have my own bobblehead, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
That'll be worth something
You're
one day.
pretty cool.
I'll be going to the a pawn shop in like 10 years and saying, I got a Rick Harrison bobblehead.
Yeah, I'll just tell you it's worthless.
Rick, thank you for being on the show with us today. That was fun.
Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9:05 a.m.